Dzisiejszej nocy Rosjanie dokonali najbardziej zmasowanego ataku rakietowego na Ukrainę.
Tonight, the Russians launched their most massive missile attack on Ukraine. The target, as before, was critical infrastructure, but Russian missiles also exploded in civilian-populated areas in the city of Kherson itself. The attack began around 3 a.m. when the first explosions were reported in Kharkov and among other areas in Khmelnytsk and Mykolaiv. Residents of Mykolaiv were awakened by explosions at the capital's thermal power plant. Another wave of airstrikes covered most of Ukraine, with missiles of various types coming from the Black and Caspian Seas. Some of the missiles flew over Moldovan territory. The Russians used 81 missiles, including 8 of the Kinjal-type missiles, which have tremendous firepower. Ukrainian anti-aircraft defenses managed to neutralize only 34. The others reached their targets, including the external power grid of the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant. Deprived of power to the cooling pumps, the reactors at this plant threaten disaster on an unimaginable scale, but recent announcements indicate that the situation is slowly being brought under control. On the front, the fiercest fighting is taking place in Bakhmut, a few kilometers away. The command of the central section of the front reported multiple attempts to overrun Ukrainian defensive lines. Positions on the line of the Bakhmut River are still being held. The aggressors, in the course of each successive attack, suffer heavy losses. Ukrainian services across the country have begun clearing up the attacks, and by the end of the day, power supplies are expected to be restored across Ukraine.
Na linii rzeki Bachmuckie